There is a fault line sitting off the coast of America right now, not in theory, not in some distant geological future. Right now, today, as you watch this, it is loaded, fully loaded. Scientists don't debate whether it will break, they debate when. And the when, according to the latest data, is closer than most Americans are being told. But here is the part that keeps emergency managers up at night. It is not the fault that scares them most. It is you. It is the fact that when that fault finally breaks, and it will break, the majority of people in its path will do the wrong thing, not because they are careless, not because they didn't care, but because nobody told them the truth before the ground started moving. This is that moment. Stay with me. The Cascadia Subduction Zone stretches roughly 700 miles, from Northern California all the way up through Oregon, Washington, and into British Columbia, Canada. It is not a small crack in the earth. It is an enormous locked plate boundary where the Juan de Fuca plate is grinding underneath the North American plate, slowly, relentlessly, building pressure that has nowhere to go except one place. One catastrophic release. The last time Cascadia fully ruptured was January 26, 1700, a magnitude 9 earthquake, so powerful that it sent a tsunami across the entire Pacific Ocean, waves that slammed into Japan with enough force that Japanese officials recorded it in their own historical documents on the other side of the world. That was 325 years ago, and the fault has been reloading ever since. USGS scientists estimate there is a 37% chance of a major Cascadia rupture in the next 50 years. Some models put it higher. What every model agrees on, what every seismologist will tell you off the record, is that the energy stored in that fault right now is not going to stay there forever. The question was never if. The question has always been when. Now here is what most disaster coverage gets wrong. When Cascadia breaks, the earthquake itself will not be the primary killer. The tsunami will be. FEMA's own models estimate that a full Cascadia rupture would send waves crashing into the Pacific Northwest coastline in as little as 15 to 20 minutes after the shaking stops. Not hours, not days, minutes, and the window to reach high ground, the window between the ground stopping shaking and the first wave arriving, is somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes depending on where you are standing. Oregon's own Emergency Management Office has estimated that in a full rupture scenario, certain coastal communities could see nearly 100% casualty rates among people who do not move immediately after shaking stops. Not people who panicked, not people who were unlucky, people who waited, people who went back inside to grab something, people who assumed the shaking meant the worst was over. The shaking is not the warning. The shaking is the warning. So what do you do? 3 things. Just 3. And the first one is going to surprise you. Number 1. Forget the doorframe. If you grew up being told to stand in a doorframe during an earthquake, that advice is decades out of date. FEMA retired it years ago. Modern doorframes offer almost no structural protection. What actually works is drop, cover, hold on. Get low, get under something solid, protect your head and neck, and stay there until shaking completely stops. 3 to 5 seconds is all you have when shaking starts. You cannot run outside in 3 seconds. You cannot reach stairs. You can drop, cover, hold on. Number 2, the moment shaking stops. If you are near the coast, you move to high ground immediately. You do not check your phone. You do not wait for an official warning. You do not go back inside. The shaking itself is your evacuation order. Every second you spend waiting is a second subtracted from your 15-minute window. Number 3, know your zone before any of this happens. Every coastal county in the Pacific Northwest has tsunami evacuation maps. They show exactly which areas flood, exactly where high ground is, and exactly which routes to take. These maps are free. They are online right now. Most people in tsunami zones have never looked at them. The people who survive what is coming will be the people who looked before the ground moved. Here is the truth that no headline will say plainly. Cascadia is not a maybe. It is not a worst-case scenario cooked up to frighten people. It is a geologic certainty on a timeline that overlaps with the lives of people watching this right now. The scientists know this. The emergency managers know this. The question they cannot answer, the question only you can answer, is whether the people in its path will know what to do when it finally arrives. You now know more than most Americans do. Drop, cover, hold on, move to high ground the moment shaking stops. Find your evacuation map tonight between a statistic and a survivor.